Silence isn't empty. The moment you stop talking, something shifts. Not loudly, not dramatically, but subtly. The air tightens, the rhythm breaks, the other person adjusts. You've seen it happen. You pause instead of replying immediately. You don't rush to nod. You don't fill the gap with reassurance. You just hold the space. And suddenly they start talking more. They clarify what didn't need clarification. They justify what wasn't questioned. They soften statements you never challenged. They laugh nervously. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Silence scares insecure people because it removes feedback. Most conversations aren't really about exchanging ideas. They're about regulating emotion and managing perception. People talk to stabilize themselves. They talk to confirm they're being accepted. They talk to avoid awkwardness. They talk to prevent misinterpretation. They talk to control how they're being seen. When you remove your voice from the exchange, you remove one of their stabilizers. Now they're left with uncertainty. And uncertainty exposes insecurity. Insecure people rely heavily on external signals to feel safe. They need nods. They need quick replies. They need visible agreement or even visible disagreement. Anything is better than ambiguity. Silence creates ambiguity. When you don't respond immediately, their mind fills in the blanks. What are they thinking? Did I say something wrong? Are they judging me? Did I lose status? Silence becomes a mirror. And insecure people don't like mirrors. Secure people don't panic in silence. They don't interpret it as hostility. They don't assume rejection. They don't require constant affirmation to maintain stability. Insecure people do, because their confidence depends on continuous confirmation. Silence interrupts that confirmation. It forces them to rely on their internal stability. And if that stability is weak, the discomfort rises fast. There's another layer here. Silence removes emotional leverage. In arguments, people expect resistance. In debates, they expect defense. In social tension, they expect reaction. When you don't react, the script breaks. If someone tries to provoke you and you respond with silence instead of emotion, they lose momentum. They can't measure impact. They can't steer the interaction. They can't escalate the way they planned. Your reaction gives them data. Your silence gives them nothing. And when people can't read you, they feel unstable. Instability makes insecure people uneasy. That's why silence often causes people to overcompensate. They talk more. They reveal more. They push harder. They try to regain control of the frame. They're not responding to your silence. They're responding to their discomfort inside it. There's also an unspoken hierarchy principle at work. High-status behavior is often economical. Low-status behavior is often excessive. Excess words, excess explanation, excess reaction. Silence signals sufficiency. It communicates something subtle. I don't need to fill this space. I don't need to prove myself right now. I'm comfortable without immediate validation. That comfort reads as confidence, and confidence without explanation unsettles people who are constantly managing impressions. Insecure people mistake silence for judgment. They interpret neutrality as disapproval. They assume distance means rejection. Why? Because they project their own instability onto the quiet space. Silence forces them to sit with their own thoughts. And if those thoughts are restless, silence amplifies them. Most people use constant conversation to avoid confronting themselves. Noise keeps introspection away. Momentum keeps discomfort hidden. Silence removes that shield. It slows everything down. And slowing down reveals insecurity faster than conflict ever could. But here's the critical distinction. Silence is only powerful if it's intentional. If you're silent because you're anxious, people feel it. Your posture tightens, your energy shrinks, your eyes dart. Silence becomes threatening when it reveals that you are not dependent on the interaction to feel steady. So if someone becomes uncomfortable when you stop talking, understand what's happening. You didn't intimidate them. You removed their feedback loop. You stopped participating in the constant reassurance exchange. And without reassurance, insecurity surfaces. Silence didn't create their weakness. It exposed it. And once you understand that, you stop filling every gap. You stop rushing to explain. You stop reacting instantly. You let space exist, because the person who can sit calmly in silence is rarely the one afraid of losing control. And the person who can't tolerate it is usually the one who depends on it most. Stay sharp.
Thanks for spending time with us. If this sparked a new way of thinking, hit like and subscribe to keep the ideas flowing. And don't forget, check the description for the links to the original books and resources we used today. We'll see you in the next one.